Alina had always believed that certain people were born with a natural gift, an instinct that guided them through life, even when everything else felt uncertain. For her, that instinct came in the form of taste. She could tell what a pastry needed before even mixing the ingredients, could sense when something was missing from a recipe, and could recreate flavors she had only tasted once in her childhood. Baking wasn't just her skill, it was her refuge. But even the safest places can become cages, and Alina's life in her old town had slowly turned into something she needed to escape. So when she got the offer to work at Sweet Haven, the most loved bakery in another city, she didn't hesitate. She packed a single suitcase, carried the weight of a past she no longer wanted, and boarded a bus toward a new beginning. Sweet Haven looked magical the moment she stepped inside: soft yellow lights, warm wooden shelves, the comforting smell of fresh bread and vanilla sugar hanging heavy in the air. What she didn't expect was the woman behind the counter. Maya. The first thing Alina noticed was her smile, not the polite kind that employees offer customers, but a warm, genuine expression that seemed to light up her entire face. She had dark, expressive eyes, hair tied loosely in a messy bun, and an apron smudged with chocolate on one side. She looked chaotic but beautiful, busy but effortlessly graceful. "You must be Alina," Maya said, stepping forward and wiping flour from her hands. "I've been waiting for you. My father talked a lot about your skills." Alina nodded, a little shy. "I hope I live up to the expectations." "Oh, you will," Maya said, and there was something in her tone, a kind of certainty, that made Alina stand a little straighter. What Alina didn't know was that Maya had seen her portfolio of pastries, and had been intrigued not just by the work but by the girl behind them. She didn't expect someone so quiet, so gentle, so seemingly unaware of her own charm. From the very first day, the kitchen felt different. They worked in rhythm, as if they had been baking side by side for years. Maya was fast, creative, always ready to experiment. Alina was precise, calm, and careful, balancing Maya's impulsiveness with grounded focus. The bakery staff noticed instantly how well they clicked, though no one mentioned it. They simply smiled knowingly whenever the two women exchanged looks that lingered a little too long. At first, their connection felt harmless. Two women bonding over shared passion, late-night baking, laughter echoing through the quiet kitchen. But the more time they spent together, the more the air between them grew warmer, heavier with unspoken feelings neither dared to name. One night, when Sweet Haven had closed and the rest of the staff had gone home, Alina stayed behind to perfect a new dessert. Maya walked in carrying 2 mugs of hot chocolate. "You can't keep working without taking a break," she said, sliding a mug onto the counter. Alina smiled softly. "Just 10 more minutes. I want this one to be perfect. Everything you make is perfect." The compliment slipped out before Maya could stop herself. Alina froze, spoon still in her hand. Their eyes met, and for a moment the world felt smaller, quieter, as if the air around them had been wrapped in velvet. "Maya," Alina whispered, unsure what to say. Maya stepped closer, but not too close. "I'm sorry. I admire you. Maybe more than I should." Alina's heart fluttered. She was used to compliments on her work, but never on herself. Before she could respond, the front door rattled, a reminder that the world still existed outside their moment. Maya stepped back quickly, her cheeks warm with embarrassment. "Let's get this recipe right," she said, forcing her voice to steady. But something had already shifted. Neither could deny it anymore. Over the next few weeks, their bond deepened. They stole glances across the kitchen, shared jokes only they understood, and brushed hands far too often to be accidents. Maya began arriving early, just to drink coffee with Alina before the bakery opened. Alina found herself smiling more, laughing more, feeling lighter than she had in years. But the world outside Sweet Haven wasn't as kind. The bakery was famous, and the community around it was traditional, close-knit, and always watching. Maya's father, the owner, held old values tightly, believing that his daughter would eventually take over the business and settle into the life he had imagined for her. He liked Alina's work, praised her talent often, but he had no idea that his daughter's heart was slowly slipping into dangerous territory. And Maya did everything to hide it. One evening, after another long shift, they walked together to the back door. The night was cool, the street quiet except for the sound of distant traffic. Alina hesitated, then said softly, "Maya, are we doing something wrong?" Maya didn't answer for a long moment. She looked at the stars, her voice gentle when she finally spoke. "Loving someone isn't wrong," she said. But sometimes the world makes it feel like it is. Alina took a shaky breath. Are we in love? Maya turned to her slowly, as if afraid the answer might break them both. I think I've been in love with you for longer than I realized. The truth hung between them, fragile and dangerous. Alina felt tears gather in her eyes. She wanted to pull Maya close, to finally let her heart choose joy, but she was afraid of the world, afraid of losing the only place that had ever felt like home. I'm scared, she admitted. I am too, Maya whispered. But I'm more scared of losing you. Their hands found each other naturally, fingers intertwining with trembling courage. But before they could say anything more, the sound of footsteps echoed in the alley. Maya quickly let go. Her father stepped out, surprised to see them together. What are you both doing out here so late? He asked, eyes narrowing slightly. Just cleaning up, Maya said quickly. He nodded, but something in his expression changed, suspicion, maybe, or worry. Alina stepped back, feeling guilt rise inside her. Maya's father didn't say anything then, but the next morning he called Alina to his office. He asked about her work, her future plans, her intentions in joining Sweet Haven. His questions were polite but sharp. It was clear he sensed something he didn't like. Alina left his office shaken. Maya found her behind the bakery, shoulders tense, eyes full of fear. He's starting to suspect, Alina whispered. I don't want to get you in trouble. Maybe I should leave. No, Maya said firmly. You're not leaving, not because of him, not because of anyone. But Maya, no, she repeated, voice trembling. If you leave, it'll break me. Their love was no longer a quiet whisper, it was a wildfire they could no longer hide. That night, they sat on the rooftop above the bakery, sharing pastries and stories under the moonlight. Maya leaned her head on Alina's shoulder, and for the first time, it felt like they weren't running. Maybe the world will never understand us, Maya said, but we don't need them to. Alina looked at her, eyes soft. I just want to love you. Even if it's in secret. Then love me, Maya whispered. Love me quietly, love me boldly, just don't stop. And in that moment, they kissed, a soft, trembling, heartful kiss that tasted like vanilla and moonlight and everything they had been afraid to feel. From that night on, they created their own secret recipe. For love, small moments stolen between shelves of pastries, smiles shared over rising dough, touches hidden from the world but felt deeply in their hearts. It wasn't easy. There were days when the fear felt heavy, when Maya's father watched them a little too closely, when customers whispered about how close they seemed. But their love kept rising, like the warm bread they made each morning, slow, steady, unstoppable. Alina finally understood something. Love, like baking, required courage. And sometimes, the sweetest recipes were the ones kept hidden. The world outside could judge, whisper, assume, forbid, but inside Sweet Haven, in the kitchen where they created flavors that touched hearts, their love lived quietly and bravely. Two women, one forbidden love, a hidden recipe that belonged only to them. Hey everyone, if you enjoy my content, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. I'd really appreciate it and it would mean a lot to me. Thanks for watch.